Hey everyone, welcome back for another farming video. I'm gonna do something a little different here. I am in Greenford, Ohio, right where I grew up. So when I was a youngster, my grandfather had a lot of apple trees. We lived right across the road. I am here on the home family farm that is now run by my cousin John and his mom, my Auntie Lane. But anyways, there's still some apple trees left and apples are really good this year. So I am going to pick some apples. We're also going to pick some pumpkins, and my cousin John is got the combine out. He's doing soybeans. So let's say we are picking apples, we're picking pumpkins, and we're picking soybeans. Anyways, behind me is a bulk bin. These hold 18, did I get it there? Yeah. These hold 18 bushels of apples. So I got a little time here till it gets dark. I'm gonna put my picking bag on and I'm gonna try to pick a bin or two here before it gets dark. So the apples I am picking are Empires. So let's take a close-up look here before I start. So not a real big apple, but a decent one. So let's pick some apples. This is what we call a picking bag. So I am going to put it on. Let's see if I still got this. So if I remember right, we make a cross over the head. I pick the apples, I put them in here, and then we dump the apples in the bin. All right, let's go pick some apples. Then we'll go pick some pumpkins, and maybe we'll pick some soybeans. Alrighty, here I go. They're falling. Gotta be careful. Christmas will be here before we know it. Did you know that you can get Farmhand Mike merchandise like the t-shirt you see that I'm wearing here in the video? There is all different kinds of t-shirts, hoodies, hats, stickers, magnets at kazgear.com or farmhandmike.com. So head on over to kaz-gear.com to get your exclusive Farmhand Mike merchandise. I do these YouTube videos, I don't ask for much, but this is a little way to help support my YouTube channel and my social media. I really appreciate it. And he ever so gently places the picked apples into the bulk bin. Some things you may not know about me. When I was young, I just really did not like the apple orchard. I did not like picking apples. I did not like pruning apple trees. I just wanted to be a dairy farmer or grain farm. I did not like this part of the farm, but it was really great to come back here and pick apples. I wish I had more time to hang around and pick some more apples, but I made the best of the short time I had here. When apples get ripe, you see the apples under the tree there. Those are referred to as drops. When I was young, we used to pick up drops, and those apples would go for cider. So I did not know this until I was here. They can no longer do that. Any apple that falls on the ground has to stay on the ground. They are no longer able to be used for cider apples. So someone that wants deer apples or something like that, they can come here for their own use, but absolutely not allowed to use apples that hit the ground or touch the ground for cider anymore. Tree number 1 is done. That is what tree number 1 produced. Now let's move to tree number 2. This is my great-grandfather's land originally, and today we are going to pick some pumpkins. My great-grandfather, Anthony Less, was born in Urbana, Iowa in 1888 and moved to this area in 1915 to start an apple orchard. He came here from Iowa by train without his family to get established, and then the rest of his family moved here later. My grandpa, Francis Les, was the firstborn child here in Ohio in 1918. When my great-grandfather arrived by train, he was walking up, which is now Ohio State Route 165, up the hill where the farm was, and a guy stopped by to give him a ride. He was going to a house he had rented till he had got established and bought a farm before the family moved here, and during that automobile ride, he mentioned to the guy that he was Catholic. The guy told him, if I knew you were Catholic, I would have never stopped and picked you up. A few days later, the KKK actually burned a cross in my great-grandfather's yard in the house he was renting. A lot of people don't know this, and you can look it up. There's definitely information out there on it, but back in the day, the Ku Klux Klan did target Catholics. But hey, enough of that. So the field that you are looking at right here and that cornfield over there, when I was a kid, this was solid apple trees. This area was heavy apple orchard territory when I was young. There's still a few orchards left in the area, but very, very few compared to what there used to be. First load of the day is picked. They're going to haul these back, and then we're going to do another wagon load of these bigger pumpkins, and then there's several different varieties of pumpkins out here, so we're going to do some smaller ones, some medium-sized ones, so here we go. Let's pick away. And got my cousin John coming in with the 6190R and another wagon that we're gonna fill with pumpkins. Well, we picked 2 loads of the bigger pumpkins. Now we are going to pick some smaller pumpkins. So it's going to be a little bit different, and I'm quite a ways away from my truck. I left my drone and everything back there, but we'll get some footage. All right, I'm even gonna get into some soybean harvest action here. So I'm gonna take the old 195 from the field to the next farm. So this is gonna be exciting. I'm really looking forward to this. I love this tractor. Yep, the old white key. All right, got the 195 in the cart over here. Here comes Cousin John with the combine, and Tim's coming with the header. I really want drone footage of the white 195 workhorse tractor on the grain cart. Well, I am driving the tractor and grain cart, and I am going to attempt to fly my drone and drive the grain cart and try to get the perfect shot at the same time. Let's see how this works. Combine first. I'm sitting still in the tractor. I can do this. Let's see how this goes. Obviously, the drone is up in the air, and here comes that Farmhand Mike guy in the white 195 workhorse tractor pulling the grain cart. He would really like to get some unloading on the go footage here. Let's see how it goes in this tractor. I'm pretty sure when the white 195 tractor was in production, drones were not even a thing. I believe I got this under control, so here comes Cousin John in his F660 combine with a 30-foot header, just going at those soybeans, and I am coming across the road in the 195, and let's see how this goes. So this field right here, when I was young, was pretty much sweet corn every year, and those soybeans you see across that road, that was all apple trees. Again, drone is up in the air. I am driving the white 195 workhorse tractor, holding a GoPro camera. I am multitasking as much as I can right here. I mean, really, it's not like I've ever drove a tractor or combine before and flew the drone at the same time, but it is a heck of a lot easier to do when the tractor or combine has guidance in it. I didn't get quite as close up as I wanted to, but hey, it still turned out pretty good, I think. The white 195 workhorse tractor was what I call the last of the true whites that had the white cab on it, still had the under-over direct 3-speed transmission behind the engine right there. These were made by AGCO from 1990 to 1992, and I believe some of these 195s were actually built in Coldwater, Ohio. This one does have the AGCO emblem up on the front grille, so it's probably one of the later ones. But these are powered with an 8.3-liter Cummins 6-cylinder diesel engine and rated at around 195 horsepower. There was even a few of these 195s built in 2-wheel drive. Somebody told me there was 5 total. I've seen 2 of them in the Urbana, Illinois area just a few years ago. Look here, if you come out to the farm to pick your own apples, you can also pick a sunflower or 2 if you like. And hey, while I'm here, let's check out the beaver pond. Looks like there's been a little bit of activity. They might have built the dam up a little bit higher here. Kind of looks like some fresh mud up on top, so I think they did raise that up a little bit more. And then that's a little deeper down there. I think they built another smaller dam just right down there. We'll go down there in a minute. But their lodge is up that way. Maybe I'll pop the drone up and we'll check it out. This area right here was a cow pasture for a neighbor's dairy farm when I was a kid. There's always been a creek that ran through here. At one time, my grandpa did own this, but since he didn't farm it and it was just pasture, he sold it off to a dairy farm just right next, close by here. Like I said, the creek has always run through here. My dad talks about them having trouble with beavers when he was a kid, but when I was young, there was no beavers here, just some muskrats down here. But the beavers have been back for several years now, and they got this all dammed up and flooded, which I guess right now it's not really hurting anything. Somebody does farm some little patches on both sides of the creek, but this is no longer pastured. But farther up the creek here, I had a video on my YouTube channel about 1.5 years ago digging out some dams here with my Uncle George and his excavator. And they have those dams built back up again. I don't think you can see them real good here, but I did find them. And those dams have the creek backed up farther behind, which is affecting some of the drainage in some of the fields back beyond here that my cousin farms. It's really hard to see the beaver's lodge watching this video. It's camouflaged in pretty good. It's been built here for a couple years, so the grass and some trees and stuff have grown up all around it. But maybe if you watch real close here, you'll see that spot. There's actually a tree right beside it too. And right here you can kind of see the beaver's lodge or their house. It's camouflaged in pretty good. It's been here for several years, so the grass, the trees and stuff have grown up around it, and it camouflages them in really good. Now I'll head farther up the creek and I'll cross here, so the water's definitely higher up here where I'm going. And I'll try to find a link to that other video of digging out the beaver dam from a couple years ago and attach it at the end of this one. But let's go across the creek. I'm gonna head out to the back pond on the farm here. This big tree that was back here all by itself, well, the last storm took it down. So I'll just drive by here and check this out. The soybeans in this field are double crop after wheat. That's why they're not real high. And it looks like the neighbors over here are chopping corn silage. Let's go see if we can get a corn silage video on here. Well, they were just doing their last load of the day while I come out here, but I might have a longer video coming to these guys soon. My uncle, who has the excavating company, tore down this harvester silo at a local dairy farm and made a gazebo out of it. I really like this. And while I was here visiting, my uncle was having a Saturday night square dance in his barn. I used to love going to square dances, but I don't remember it being this difficult. I guess I need to get back into this and get good at it again. The caller is just doing some walkthrough steps with us right now so we can try to get this figured out and get going. That's going to wrap up this video of the farm where I collected my first paycheck. Anyways, feel free to go down there, hit that like button, and leave a comment. If you're new to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you go down there and hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see more of what I'm doing, you can follow me along on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Farmhand Mike. As always, thank you for watching and supporting my social media.